Hey there, it's Jayne from the blog chalkingupsuccess.com, and today I'm making DIY candle holder gifts in a jar. So these are the things you're going to need to make your glass jar candle holder. So the first thing we have to do is to separate the clamp from the candle holder top. And my metal cutters are stuck, so I'm just using it to grab the clamp and pry it away from the candle holder. And then I want the lids and the candle holders to be the same colour, so I'm just spraying them with a bit of gold paint. And the paint looks a bit blotchy when it first goes on, but then once it dries, it looks smooth and nice. I've given the lids and the candle holders a little bit of time to dry, and now I'm using my glue gun to add a little bit of glue to the centre of the lid, and then I'm going to glue the candle holder onto that. So I'm just adding a tiny bit of glue because I don't want it to squish out to the sides and be seen. And then I just pop the candle holder on top and hold it down for a few seconds. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the middle of the candle holder, which is the part that actually holds the candle in place. I'm just taking away all these little strands of glue, but you shouldn't worry about these because it's also really easy to blow them away with a hairdryer, and that's how the top looks when it's finished. And now I'm just going to do the same with the second lid. Inside one of my jars, I'm going to add a mini dried flower bouquet. And these are just flowers out of my garden, but if you don't have anything like this in your garden, or you don't have a garden, then I found a really nice shop on Etsy, which I'll link to down in the description. They sell mini dried flower bouquets, and they're really pretty. They come in lots of different colors, and so you could use something like that if you don't have some yourself. But of course you could fill the jar with cookies or chocolates or something like that instead if you didn't want to use dried flowers. Before I add the dried flowers, I want to fill out the glass a little bit first. So I've got these globe thistles, which I dried in the summer, and I'm just taking the seeds off, and I'll just fill the bottom of the glass with those. By the way, if you're enjoying this tutorial, could you please give it a thumbs up and consider leaving a comment? It really helps me a lot when you do that, and it only takes a minute of your time. I really do appreciate all your comments, and I answer every one of them. I forgot to say earlier, it's a good idea if you put some paper down onto your work surface before you start this project, because the seed heads and the grasses are a little bit messy and this stuff gets everywhere. The paper will make the cleanup go a little bit easier. So now I can add my dried flower bouquet to the jar and pop the lid on. And then I'm just popping the candle into the candle holder and squeezing the sides tightly together to make the candle safe. So that's looking good, but first we have to decorate the jars. So I've picked up about 3 or 4 strands of raffia, and I'm just tying that around the jar, and I'm going to make a little bow, and then I'll tidy up the ends with the scissors. So I'm going to cut away these scruffy end bits, and I'm cutting so that the raffia is roughly the same length on each side. And then I'm just fluffing out the bow a little bit. By the way, in this little jar you can see that I've added globe thistle seed heads and some yellow seed heads which I had in the garden, but I can't remember the name of these. But I had them hanging up in the basement next to these globe thistles, and I thought they would look good together. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the larger jar, but I'll speed that up for you. I'm also going to add some of the salt dough ornaments which I made a couple of weeks ago. You'll see that in a minute when I show you the finished pictures. And here they are, all finished, and I think for gifting it's really nice if you tie a candle to the side of the jar. Also makes it easier to wrap. And you can see they've added some ornaments to the outside as well, and the salt dough ornaments are there that I made last week that I was telling you about just now. I'll leave a link to the blog post and the video for making the salt dough ornaments in the description below in case you're interested in making some of those. And that's it from me at Chalking Up Success this week. So happy crafting, and I'll see you next time.